reduce the amount payable and maybe kasi medyo malaki ang amount na yan, baka
this bank can start attaching properties.
Yes.
Kaya nga sabi ko, nasa collection aspect na yan, so that she can work out some kind of a deal. Labas na tayo doon. Sila na yung, but it is a debt that she has to pay, and it has just been confirmed that you have to pay it. You can't run away from it. Yun lang naman yung sinabi ng court.
Now, going to the political aspect, dito sa Cebu, I like your point of view because, I'm Cebuano, and I would like to distance myself from my internal bias, So, ito ang tanong ko, at saka sa inyo din, sa mga nanonood dyan na hindi taga Cebu at hindi masyadong may alam sa politika dito sa Cebu, Ito yung question ko, What if, kasi October 1 na yung filing of the certificates of candidacy, today is September 14. That's just barely 2 weeks. What if the alliance between Garcia and PFP, Lakas EMD, NP, NPC will be dissolved, and Martin Romualdez will field another candidate against Gwen Garcia. I know it's just Cebu, but that's very symbolic and that's very significant. And what will be the significance of that situation now in the event nga that it will be materialized na merong ibang kandidato sina Marcos at Romualdez pitted against Ben Garcia? What do you think is the effect on the dynamics now of the national political environment, considering Cebu has the largest kasi kinokort talaga, and even Cebu symbolically dito na napanganak yung unity. What if theoretical?
Well, kasi I am not I don't know exactly yung kultura ng mga Cebuanos when it comes to their loyalty sa mga personalities sila sa politika. Ang pwede kasi dalawang scenario diyan. Of course, we know kapag may ipinakilalang bagong manok ang ating administrasyon, that would of course create that may competition ka na with Gwen. Obviously, Gwen will be feeling at a loss there because she's hoping that she's the one that will be carried through sa election na yan. Pero obviously now you're putting a competition directly against her. So, pero dalawa kasi pwedeng mangyari dyan. Hindi natin alam ano ba ang popularity kung bang itataas ni Marcos, iboboto ba dyan? Because Cebuanos may go the other way. Alam mo ba yung feeling na underdog si Gwen pag nangyari yon? And then it becomes, doon na lang tayo, less evil. May utang nga yan, at least Cebuano yan, alam na natin yung bikaw ng bituka.
Pero it's, what about those that are not from Cebu? Example, the voters from NCR. Paano kaya titingnan nila, paano kaya para sa kanila yung optics na pag nangyari yung ganon? Yung mga tao from Mindanao, from Central Luzon, ano kaya sa tingin nila pag yung paghiwalay?
Halimbawa kami from Central Luzon, how would we assess that? We will, okay, so you have to choose between the lesser evils pala dyan sa mangyayari dyan. If ever merong bagong i-endorse sila Martin at saka si Marcos, we have to, and Gwen is still in the running. I probably will not still vote for whoever the Marcoses will endorse. Kasi yan yung ano ko. And even if Gwen is in the running, hindi ko rin sila iboboto. I mean, this definitely tainted. Meron pa rin bad taste in the mouth kung ano nangyayari kay Gwen, even if she would appear to be abandoned. No, in short, it really did not affect as much. Kaming mga hindi from Cebu or not within that political vicinity.
Pero if that happens, wouldn't it send a chilling effect now to all those other candidates that are in a loose alliance?
Yes.
Kasi yung biggest voting population outside NCR, tinapatan nga nila at hiniwalayan nila. So on that note, pagka may chilling effect na sa mga kandidato with them, sa administrasyon, ano na kaya yung tingin ng botante doon sa kandidatong yon at in context with the candidates of the opposing party, which to me I think is the PDP Laban, hopefully in tandem with BP Sara.
You have to remember, we know this for a fact. Now, once you get too close now with the administration, parang
too close for comfort na.
Oo, ano na yan parang eto decision mo na, you will sink or swim with them. So kapag may halimbawa pinakawalan ka, then you know that you're doomed. no? Either that, ano ba yung, pinagsapan na natin to before like we have
Right.
politicians who can stand, like for example, si Kong Marcoleta, I believe he ran with the admin before, pero na-attack niya, di ba, right? So unless merong mga ganon, pero kung mahina-hina ka, syempre, in the case na napahiwalay ka by your own choice or by the decision that they have made against you, napakakawalan ka na, nobody is indispensable, especially in this administration. Pag tumikit ka, bilang na yung araw mo. Ganon, di ba?
Kung tinira nga si Sara at si PRRD na nakatulong sa kanila, puta.
Correct. At dumikit ka, bilangin mo na yung araw mo. Kaya naman nagmamadali silang magnakaw na habang nakadikit sila. Kasi it could just happen anytime. Di ba? Kita mo naman yun yung style nila. Kahit sa mga secretaries na lang nila. Di ba? I've heard meron ng blank resignation letter. So, sa kanila yun yung kultura. One day you're close, the next day you're dispensable and you're dispensed with. So,
Actually, it's not. Kanina, I was in a meeting with some very let's just put this way, no, some very knowledgeable, quote unquote, people in the previous administration and to some degree in the current administration. They still have their contacts there. Ang nangyari kasi pala talaga, itong pag-upo pa lang na pag-upo nitong Marcos administration, lahat ng appointees ni PRRD at parang halos lahat ng opisyal ng gobyerno, mga high-level positions, no? Parang may isang opisina doon ata, no? Na pinag-submit sila ng mga clearances, no? At parang tinitingnan nila kung sinong may mga kaso sa ombudsman or kung ano-anong mga kaso dyan, no? At parang ginagawa nilang leverage yun doon sa opisyal na yun pag may kaso. At kung yung mga walang kaso at parang PRRD at can hold his own opinion, yun ang mga tinatarget nila na gugurgurin. So parang ganun daw ang nangyari, no? Now, before we go to the next topic, ito pinaka-contentious na question ko sa iyo at sa mga kababayan natin, no? And in fact, ako being a Cebuano cannot answer this, no? Ngayon, ito kasi ang tanong. Ang tanong is this: kung halimbawa magkatotoo na si Martin Romualdez ay maglagay ng kandidato against Gwen Garcia and will have its own lineup, no, from the province, no, down to the board members or even mayors. At itong si Gwen, we all know, and I've called her before, I've labeled her in so many times, she is the mother of all political butterflies south of Manila, itong si Gwen. What if, pag nangyari yon at inabandonan na siya ng mga Marcos, what if lalapit siya ulit kay Inday Sara or kay PRRD, no, to seek help and now align herself with the VP Sara PRRD camp and brand herself as the Marcos opposition in Cebu? Two questions. First, anong dapat gawin ni na Inday at ni PRRD? Tanggapin o hindi? Okay. Pag tanggapin si Gwen, no, anong implikasyon niyan sa mga DDS or sa mga supporters na tulad natin?
Alam mo, hindi naman kailangan maging political scientist isang tao, no? I think by this time, si VP and PRRD have learned a very, very good hard-hitting lesson, no? So, yun nga, in politics, there are no friends, there are just permanent interest to protect themselves, no? So, I'm sure that at this time, no, although kukunti na yung mga kaibigan nila or those who will really be within their political sphere pagdating ng panahon na kailangan na nilang mag-endorse, palagay ko magiging mas maingat na sila. So, those who are, come on, Gwen wasn't really that, hindi naman siya nagsikreto talaga. Lantaran naman talagang sumipsip siya ng sobrang-sobra, no? And even for just the optics of it, mata-turn off na dapat yung kampo ni PRRD. And if binigyan pa na naman nila ng pagkakataon yan, then I may have to say that medyo maiirita ako to a point of disappointment, no? Although, of course, PRRD knows what's good and probably not telling us everything. They could use Gwen for some political maneuvering within a safe distance. No, there's all war kasi yan di ba? Ikikip mo yung, alam mo, medyo delikado na espiya to, ikikip mo siya kasi may gamit siya. So, they cannot tell us everything. Should I be upset or something? It's normal, di ba? O kumbaga para lang mag-asawa yan, nagtaksil na yung asawa mo. Tapos, pagkatapos mo nagsumbong, nagtaksil siya, biglang binigyan ka ng Starbucks na tapos okay na kayo lahat. So, parang ikaw na nagmamasid. Teka, kahapon lang, minumura mo yan So, there's that thing. But then in your mind and in your heart of hearts, talagang magkasawa kasi yan Baka meron tayong hindi alam. So,
you know why I propounded to you that question? Because every day, this rumor has been given more credence. No? Yung mga nangyayari sa Cebu na parang ang inabandona na ng mga ni Marcos Romualdez itong segment. You know why? This is the most glaring evidence na parang dumidistansya sila at parang medyo may rift yung Marcos Romualdez and the Garcias. Why? Because bakit hindi nagbigay dito ng bagong Pilipinas Servisyo Fair? I don't know, baka meron silang plano in the next few months, after the filing of candidacy or leading up to the election, baka dito nila gawin. Pero ginawa na nila sa Davao, ginawa na nila sa malalaking probinsya, except Cebu. Kung ako yun, dapat Cebu ang unahin ko. Diba? Pero bakit walang bagong Pilipinas Servisyo Fair dito sa Cebu na naganap? Wala talaga.
O baka naman kasi nagbigay na siya ng parang guaranteed na we got you. Kahit ihulin nyo kami. Or they're planning for a massive, much bigger, mas bongacious na dyan, di ba? Hindi natin alam. Like yung ginawa nila sa Davao. Like that was a well-planned maneuver.
Right.
Although in bad days. By pagbabasa ka ng comment, i-recognize ko lang. Sabi ng mga kabay mo, hindi na daw. Kaya daw ng Duterte na wala ang kahit hindi magpartisipa sa si Gwen sa Duterte lineup. So talagang ayaw nila. So there goes that.
Sige, pabasahin muna natin yung mga comments nila kasi I was asking them as well for their point of views. Ito si Nini Ayak, sabi ni Nini, delikado ang isang butterfly at alam ng mga Duterte kung ano ang ayaw ng mga supporters nila. Enough na muna sa budulation mo. I agree, Nene. Pero itong si Russian Kristina Malasova, ang sabi niya, which she has also a point. Sabi ni Kristina, si Gibo, sabi ni PRRD, proven and tested. Now, anong ginawa ni Gibo? Naging dalawa ang mukha. No way, I won't vote sa mga markado na kawatan kahit inendorso pa yan ni Sara at PRRD. Christina, actually, tama ka, that has long been my view. In fact, ang sabi ko sa mga kaibigan ko, and in so many instances sa life ko, anyone na nandoon sa Marcos lineup, and anyone na nagdududa ako, I won't vote for them. Even if dalawa or tatlo lang yung iboboto ko sa Senado. Honestly, that's my
we share that sentiment already, na kahit basta markado kay Marcos, we will not vote. Kaya lang, we have to be realistic, guys. Each one of our politicians now, meron niyang nagpalipat-lipat na yan. Yan yung mga political butterflies, lahat talaga yan. Wala kang masasabi na hindi sila lumipat. But we have to also look at issues, kung anong stand nila. Sabi ko nga, medyo delikado yung masyado tayong loyal sa politicians, sa political party. Delikado din yan. So we have to watch where we're going with that. Pero ako naman, personally, basta may Marcos na tank, wala na. So, yun.
Ito, sasagutin ko lang to. May si Ophelia Garcia, she has a question. Rama, she's probably referring to suspended Mayor Michael Rama, Is Rama still with the PDP, Yes, Ophelia, Mike Rama, suspended Cebu City Mayor Mike Rama is still with PDP, And in fact, he is the only remaining PDP stalwart in Cebu, Because nga, sabi ko kanina, nag-resign na from PDP si Gwen Garcia, si Jonas Cortez of Mandaue, si Ahong Chan of Lapu-Lapu City, and various other politicians nag-resign na nga. And with all Mike's weaknesses and his faults, I would have to salute Mike, for being loyal to the party and loyal to PRRD. Pero yun na nga, ang mga pronouncements niya, he doesn't really have a strong conviction, parang local yung niya. I still don't have my full trust to Mike, But if Sara Duterte endorses Mike, what can I do, Because, might as well choose the lesser evil between all evils. Interestingly, mga parts, especially those who are not from Cebu, Cebu City, kaya nga sinasabi ko ninyo, medyo makulay yung politika dito sa Cebu, province and the city. Kasi ang Cebu City, which is not part of the province, it's an autonomous city. Parang 4 or 5-way tie yan Ay, 5-way fight, You have Mike Rama, the incumbent suspended mayor. You have Raymond Alvin Garcia, na pamangkin ni Gwen Garcia, who is the vice mayor and now is acting mayor, also running against Mike Rama. Pero party mates yan sila Mike Rama noon. That's 2 already. And then you have the party mate of Rama noon then, Joey Dalos, who is probably also running. And then you have the Yellows of Tomas Osmeña, Mr. Archibalos also be running. And his vice mayoralty pair would be Tomas Osmeña. Incidentally, Tomas Osmeña, I think, will be witnessing against Rowena Garma at the AJ case in Cebu during the Quad Committee hearing next week. That's what I've heard, though. I still have to confirm. And then you have Franklin Ong, and then you have Yogi Filimon Ruiz now. So it's a six-way fight in Cebu City. Ophelia Garcia, I think you know that, no?
Very exciting pala yung inyong ano niyan, yung election ninyo. Nako.